but yeah, I'm confident.
Oh, Otmar! We'll just leave it there. Hamilton sliding into the wall. Oh dear, Roman Grosjean! Is that damage for Lando Norris? That's certainly damage, and a big fire there.
Anywhere near where why they would leave the red light on. Montoya was penalised last year for that. That's a big accident for Kubica, and a horrible accident going on there. He's moving his hands, and obviously safety car will be out again. But he must have tangled with somebody in the braking area. Oh yes, he's had an accident very early on, and that was at maximum velocity. I've never seen a car crash like that in this circuit at that place, and he's certainly moving his hands about at that point. It's the Toyota he connected with. Normal circumstances would have been well out of the action, and that was a huge impact.
Temperatures drop. Look at all the debris. That's Kubica's accident as seen by Tonio Liuzzi.
I would say that my impression is that it's fine.
It's Esteban Ocon with Mick Schumacher of a company. Esteban Ocon locks up, goes too deep into turn 11, and Schumacher says thank you very much, I'll take 12th place. And Ocon might be compromised now as Fernando Alonso goes off the track. That's a high-speed crash, and he's made contact with Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. That is a big moment down the back straight, and we've got another safety car coming here at Austin.
You okay? Yes, mate. Very late one. Yeah, we lost everything.
Okay, Lance, you okay?
I crashed.
Stay in the car, mate. Stay in the car.
So Alonso was behind Stroll, then he got a better exit in turn 11. Let's have a look to see what happened here. He did get very airborne. He goes to the left, and Lance Stroll moves to the left, Martin, to try and block Fernando Alonso, to try and stop the pass. That's when the contact is made.
Yeah, and I was mighty relieved to see Fernando Alonso not hit the corner of the barrier near the service road. There's a view of it. So, yeah, they did well to avoid that. They all did extremely well to avoid that.
For those of you who can't remember the lap times from last year, 14.7 was Max's fastest time. Oh, big crash for Yuki Tsunoda, who finds the wall, and that is a huge amount of contact. That's coming out of turn 6. Gonna get a look at this, Anne. So the car's bottoming quite heavily on turning, and it was over that curve. Took a lot of it. Did he go upside down?
Off camera look, did he roll? He did. Wow, it was almost reminiscent of Zhou Guanyu's crash in Silverstone. The roll hoop, well, doing its job and flipping the car back around using the safety barriers as well. That is a big hit.
I think they should red flag. Red flag. It's too much water, mate. It's a lot of rain down here. Very easy to lose the car down the straight. A lot of rain. Should red flag, my opinion.
Copy.
Where it's the minimum pressures, 22.5 psi front, 22 rear, the same as the 6, but often when you've got a lot of standing water, a little bit higher pressure opens the grooves. Did that go round? Did the McLaren go round?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. That's Lando Norris. A rouge and up to a Radion. Lando Norris has had a big off.
Red flag, slow down. Get your delta positive. Norris in Eau Rouge had a big shunt.
What the did I say? What did I say? Red flag! Me.
As everybody in that McLaren garage looks at the screens and waits to see if their driver is okay.
Lando, are you okay? Are you okay? Sorry, guys.
Well, it was one driver's opinion.
Two.
Yeah, Lando says a bit of aquaplaning, but it didn't stop him going for it. But what it did, it just sort of moved into a bit of an oversteer, and as he corrected it, suddenly the front tyre bit, and he had a too much steering lock on at that moment, trying to correct the slide, and it just took a big left turn. And whilst that looks spectacular, the good news is that the energy dissipated over 200 meters.
Here is Carlos Sainz, then you can hear the cheers of the crowd. 3.3 miles to go, and George Russell on the last lap of the race, and he's had a big contact with the wall. chasing Fernando Alonso for 6th place. Russell is out, and that is going to be a virtual safety car. We are going to finish this race under a virtual safety car.
Red flag, red flag, red flag. I'm in the middle of the track. Okay. Red flag, red flag.
Red flag, you got Stroll.
Red, 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 red. I'm in the middle.
As they should. They got underneath the car. So Alonso was slower into there than Russell expected, by some margin actually. And as soon as that happened, Russell then had to get on the brakes. He had oversteer, put him at wide. But as I say, the tethers keep the wheels in place. But at that point, it's the wheels that actually turned the car over.
You ready? You ready? Let's go! Fantastic start by one of the Benzos. Ralph Schumacher challenges Barrichello. Michael Schumacher's got a poor start, but Ralph is motoring into 2nd place, and he is Barrichello. Huge accident. Oh my goodness. Ruben's rear wing's off there, and I think I'm going to have to restart it. There's an absolute yes. And one of the Benzos is on fire. That's Jenson Button.
Total carnage. It started with Ralph hitting the back of Barrichello, flying into the air last year, and around goes the Ferrari through the air. Luckily comes down nose first for Ralph, and he has a fairly harmless tag with the wall.
For this race this weekend?
Well, I hate to predict because we're not that far off knowing, but yeah, I'm confident.
Oh, Otmar! Oh. We'll just leave it there as Mick Schumacher hits the wall. 2 tyres coming loose as he hit the wall as well, and that is the 2nd red flag of this session.
Which is 3 corners before he ended where he ended up. Here we go, through turn 9. He got a bit of oversteer, a bit close to the barrier, and that's offset him, and now he's run wide through turn 11 over the curb, and that's caused the snap oversteering to the wall.
There is Charles Leclerc going wheel to wheel with Daniel Ricciardo into the chicane. Ricciardo breaks latest and makes the corner, but Leclerc really fancied with some top speed down there and move, and that is the Renault of Hulkenberg going over and over and over and out of this race. Flames coming from the back of that.
I'm hanging here like a cow.
Yeah.
Get me out, there's fire.
Yeah.
There's fire.
It's alright, they're coming. They're coming.
Where did he think he was going? I don't know, he just turned into me, man. Yeah, I saw it.
It was on the exit of the chicane. Grosjean tried to fight back. He just clipped the underside of that Renault, sending it into the barrel roll.
He was always there, or thereabouts. Yeah, Roman Grosjean did nothing wrong there. I would imagine that Grosjean was in the blind spot of Nico Hulkenberg there.
So he wouldn't have seen where he was in his mirrors, was taking what he thought would be a normal and best line through the 2nd part of the chicane.
And also, as they're on low throttle angle there, he may not have heard him. Often you hear your rival before you see them when they're up alongside you. So
5 lights ahead of the drivers. It's lights out, away we go. That is a brilliant start from Maldonado. He's already passed Raikkonen, who's passed Kobayashi, who was a bit sluggish. And there's Lewis Hamilton sliding into the wall. And oh dear, Roman Grosjean and Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton all coming to grief at La Source. And Alonso's hopes of a 24-point scoring consecutive finish dashed within 260 metres.
But he wasn't the man that caused the accident. It was Kobayashi not getting away, and then it was really all about Hamilton and Grosjean getting together and wiping the pack up.
We're watching on the left-hand side here, Grosjean cutting across Lewis, and he just loses control. Grosjean going over Perez, and Fernando Alonso getting caught up in it. It just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Fernando would have landed very hard on the chassis, which of course he sits on the floor of. Here we go. So the 2 Saubers minding their own business and then get completely wiped out. That's a scary accident. You brake and you grimace every time into that La Source hairpin at the start.
Now there goes Grosjean, touches Lewis Hamilton's left wheel. Oh, that is very expensive dodgems.
Lewis doing the sensible thing and taking his hand off the steering wheels.
And this is the view on board then with Fernando Alonso. Oh, so it would have taken a really hefty impact. That's it. He won't want to be watching that again.
13th on the grid, steered his way around that. But it just kept going on, didn't it? Like 10-pin bowling. There were the incident just kept rolling along. And Raikkonen anyway.
Now, what's that? Lewis Hamilton. Who's he talking to?
Grosjean, no doubt.
Yep. not a surprise. British Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. Sainz gets away well, as does Lando Norris, as does Lewis Hamilton, who's already ahead of Charles Leclerc, and Max Verstappen into Abbey takes the lead ahead of Carlos Sainz, and at the back that's George Russell out of this race, who's finished in the top 5 in every race this season, but he's out by the time they get to turn 1. The red and white Alfa Romeo, Nicholas Latifi gets in between him and George Russell. Gasly backs out, there's the initial content, that's where the car then is upside down onto the gravel, and then it goes over the tyre barrier and into the catch fencing. Gasly go to try and follow Latifi here, and is it Gasly that makes the contact?
Yeah, so it's basically George was coming a little bit left and they pincered Gasly in the middle.
Oh my that sandwich. I tried to brake to get out of it. Is Zoo okay?
Red flag. I have no visibility at the moment, sorry.
And it's immediately just the face of the tyre contact has just flipped the car completely over.
You okay there?
Is he okay? Yeah, I'm okay, I'm out.
Yeah, copy that.
Who started right at the rear.
Oh, and there's the secondary incident going.
Sebastian Vettel goes into the back of Alex Albon.
It's incredible.
And then that goes, Alex Albon I think then makes contact with Esteban Ocon.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's really into the unknown.
Oh, and who's into the gravel? Is that Romain Grosjean? Into the gravel in the hazards, Esteban Gutierrez into the gravel trap, and after 2 seasons with Sauber, with the Haas team now.
The car upside down there, look.
Yes, you're right, Fernando Alonso. And you can see Alonso sat by the barrier on at turn 3. Not the first time we've seen a car flying through the air there.
And Gutierrez just veered slightly left as well, like he was thinking of take yes. There, there was a space. That was where that camera was in with the 50 board. 50 metres before the apex of the corner, that is.
For Fernando Alonso from Esteban Gutierrez. Hardly surprising.
It is a key problem if you start trapping the drivers in there effectively.
You see a replay of the incident, and all that debris seems to have been collected. The stewards will be looking at this after the race. Really nasty moment for everybody concerned at McLaren, and who's a fan of Fernando Alonso and is just watching the race here today, but Alonso walking away from that incident. And it's lights out and away we go here at Spa. Hamilton gets away well, Perez as well, covering his teammate. Hamilton moves over to cover on Sebastian Vettel, and there's locking up in a crack, and Fernando Alonso goes over the top there of Charles Leclerc. Sauber also involved Nico Hülkenberg in the Renault.
Come on! What did he do? Get out of the car.
Copy, John. Switch off.
Halo is in Formula One. Now is a chance to look, because Fernando Alonso very well protected from what could have been a very nasty incident. He got hit from behind by Hülkenberg, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Was Fernando Alonso. He gets a thump now and spun around and cleared this mess that's made of the side of that McLaren.
Nico Hülkenberg going straight into the rear of Fernando Alonso. Charles Leclerc suddenly sees orange across his visor as well. You can see now what it looked like from on board with Charles Leclerc. He wouldn't have known what was coming. He did now.
You see all the water out of the radiator of the McLaren. That's poor driving going into it. They all know the challenges of La Source.
Line well, and he's already wheel to wheel with Valtteri Bottas, and there is Alex Albon on the inside of Bottas as well, and Perez coming up on the inside of Verstappen, who is now in second place. Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, then Albon and Ricciardo. Bottas has lost 4 places already as they file their way through, and Lance Stroll going off the track already, and that is that damage for Lando Norris. That's certainly damage, and a big fire there.
This was a big one. Is he okay?
I will come back to you.
I've seen it in the mirrors.
Still no information, I will let you know.
No, please. I don't know what Haas was doing there.
Okay, red flag.
Is he okay? What's going on there?
I will let you know, I don't know at the moment.
Oh, tell me he's okay, please. Tell me he's okay.
and this is after turn 3, and you see Grosjean, one car out there, and then Grosjean to the right-hand side. It's going
My God,
straight.
it's torn the
broken
car in half. No wonder the fuel came out of it.
Yeah.
I said the fuel was in the middle of the car, and it's literally...
Whoa! And he's just gone straight across Daniel Kvyat.